Hey, this is Beth at BethJones.net, and I have put a post on Facebook that I had been going through a lot lately, and I told you I would kind of fill you in on what's been happening. My family and those friends that are closest to me know what's been happening. My group of intercessors, I have a small group of women that pray for me, a couple of men too, but I just wanted to fill you in on what's been happening, and you can keep me and my family in your prayers. So over the last month, probably maybe even a couple of months now, I've been having extreme tech issues. And I know in the light of things like the Russia-Ukraine war and COVID and all these disasters that are happening all over the earth, tech issues are not even comparable. But stress is stress, right? And so tech issues are very stressful for me. First, Ray and I had extreme internet issues. We didn't have internet for about 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and we kept having to have our internet provider come out to our house, check the outside lines, check the inside lines. I wasn't able to get any work done in my speaking writing business. And then I started having other tech issues on my laptop, issues with my phone, issues with my podcast. My podcast still is having issues, and I tried to push through all the tech issues, contact tech support on my former podcast carrier, and then the new one, and the new platforms I'm trying to get my podcast on. I had to contact tech support for all of those people because I don't know about all these things. So if I don't know how to do them, I did my best to do them, and then I finally had to hire a VA to help me with one particular platform. She's still working on it. I'm still having issues with that, podcast issues. And then my phone wasn't working. And so what Ray and I decided to do after he looked into it was upgrade our phones. It was time for an upgrade. And the new plan actually was a little bit cheaper than what we had. So we decided to go ahead and upgrade our phones. Now, my family and my friends, my intercessors know this next part. To me, it is really a miracle. And if you don't know, my one word for 2022 is miracles. I did not choose that word, but I felt like God gave me that word, and I didn't even want the word. I was like, nope, because if a miracle happens, that means something bad has to happen before it. So I didn't want the word. And then God reminded me in the Bible, there were good things that happen when miracles. The feeding of the 5,000 with the fish and the loaves of bread, the woman with the oil, her oil overflowed. So, and then Jesus told Peter to go find a fish, go fishing, and the first fish would have a coin in its mouth, and he and Jesus would be able to pay their taxes with that coin. And since Ray and I have got some taxes to pay for the last year and the year before that, we owed instead of getting refunds. That was an encouraging story to me. So lots of good stories in the Bible about miracles, but I do consider this a miracle. Ray had gotten his phone. He had gone ahead and upgraded, got all his data transferred to his phone, and I wanted the green phone, the forest green phone. It was their newest color, and dark green is my favorite color. So I wanted that, but I had to order it online to be able to get that color. They didn't have it in stock in the store. So I ordered it, had to wait a few days for the shipping to come in. And then we had to wait a few days to go in. And when I took my phone in, they said it would be probably pretty easy Apple to Apple transfer, but I had never backed up my phone. I didn't know how to do that. I don't know how to use a cloud. And so they tried to do it several times. They tried to back it up. It wasn't working. They said it'd be 30 minutes. You can go eat supper. Ray and I went to eat Mexican while we were waiting. We came back. They said it would be 4 hours. And I was like, oh my gosh. So Ray and I decided to go to a movie while we waited for my phone to back up to the cloud, all the things on it. Came back and the lady said, nope, it's going to be 14 hours. So she suggested I leave the phone overnight in the store and then call the next morning to make sure it all transferred, all backed up. So I did that. And when I called, she was supposed to call me. This particular lady was supposed to call me the next morning. She didn't call me back, probably got busy or something. Then I called that afternoon And the other lady that answered said it had gotten stuck overnight on backing up to the cloud. And she said, check my iCloud. If my stuff wasn't on the iCloud, my pictures, my videos, then that meant they were gone. And so I hung up and I checked it and nothing was there. And I was so upset. I was crying. I texted Ray, my sister Maria, my daughters Heather and Leah to pray. I emailed my intercessors and I started crying because so many of my pictures of my kids and my grandkids were on my phone. And I know in light again of the Russia-Ukraine war and other disasters happening, what are pictures, right? But they're one of my most precious things. It's pictures of my family. And I love my kids, my grandkids so much. And I was crying. And then suddenly the manager of the store called me and he said, Beth, is this Beth? How are you doing? And I said, I'm crying. And he said, I'm so sorry. And then I said, my kids and my grandkids, and I busted out crying again. And I couldn't even finish the sentence. I was so upset. And they had not had permission to reset the phone. I was supposed to be there when they reset it, but I guess I felt like they needed to do that. And so he said, no worries. And then he started telling me all this techie stuff he was doing. He went beyond the Call of Duty. He somehow got his air mat involved and put my stuff on his to back it up. I don't know what all they did, but tech wise, I don't understand all that stuff. But basically he saved my pictures and videos and the stuff on my old phone. He reset the reset. And so it wasn't gone forever in Techland, whatever was happening there. So he got it backed up and he said, can you come by tomorrow morning? And then what we will do is reset your new phone. And then we will basically, I think it's called air dump. I don't know. I don't even know what the term is. Put it all on my new phone. So I did that, got to the store, and that's exactly what happened. And I was so happy. I do consider a miracle. Now, maybe tech people are saying, no, that's not a miracle. That's just technology. But I feel like God saved my pictures and my videos and my kids, my grandkids, all the pictures, trips I've taken, different things for the last couple of years. I feel like it is a miracle. And I give Jesus Christ all the praise and glory, my family, my intercessors, all of you who pray, because I did post on Facebook to please pray. I needed a miracle or two. And so I believe it is a miracle. And so Jesus gets all the praise. So that's what's been happening lately. My podcast is still, I'm still getting that issue worked on. My VA is trying, she actually said this, I've never seen a podcast do this before. And the girl at the phone store, one of them said, I've never seen a phone do this before. And so I'm hearing that phrase, and just lots of things are happening tech-wise, with our internet, phones, my laptop, a lot of stuff is happening. I personally believe is the enemy. The enemy is opposing me. So I have a verse that I'm holding on to right now because so many tech things are happening. And I feel like the purpose of it is the enemy to stress me out. But this is from Philippians 3:12, New King James Version. Not that I have already attained or am already perfected, but I press on that I may lay hold of that for which Christ Jesus has also laid hold for me. And so that's a verse I'm hanging on to, pressing toward the goal. I saw a little wrapper on something the other day and it said, press on. And I grabbed hold of it and I said, that's what I'm going to do right now. That's what I've been doing is, despite all of the tech issues, I'm going to press on. I'm going to push forward. And so that is my word of encouragement for you too. I looked it up in the Blue Letter Bible. It is number 1377 in Strong's Dioko, and it means to press, to run swiftly, to reach the goal, to pursue in a hostile manner, in an aggressive manner, to seek after or eagerly pursue, even to persecute. But it means to press on, to reach the goal. And That's what that word means in the original language, to press on, pursue the goal, keep going for the goal, don't give up, because of course the enemy wants us to give up. He wants to stress us out. He wants to keep us from our purpose. He wants to distract us so much with everything going on. So please keep me in prayer for my podcasts, my speaking and writing, my laptop, all the things that I use technology wise in order to do what God has called and anointed me to do, to speak and write, to be his messenger, his prophetic messenger in these end times, to travel, to go where he says to go, and to say what he wants me to say, to write what he wants me to write, to be his messenger of truth. So that's what's been going on. I was crying about all this when I thought all my pictures and my videos were gone. I cried so hard. And I know it sounds silly, but I love my kids and my grandkids and my family. They, besides my salvation, are the greatest gifts God's ever given me. And it was very upsetting to me that all those things were gone, all those pictures, all those memories that I had were gone. And I'm just super happy. I'm so happy that God restored it. So thank you so much for praying for me, and my intercessors covering me in prayer, my family covering me in prayer. I really appreciate it. I need the prayers. And I don't know what else 2022 holds for me or my family. I do have a speaking event coming up in April. You'll be hearing more about that. I'll be sharing more about that later. It is a virtual event, but I'll be sharing about writing your book on KDP. And I'm praying to be able to go to the beach this year, to Destin, Florida beach again for a longer time. So you can be praying for that for me. Also, another small used car for me in great condition, automatic, AC, great AC and heat, good radio, low mileage, great shape, drives good. So that's just a prayer request. So in the beach. So let me know what's on your heart. Let me know what you need prayer for, and I'll be happy to pray for you. But again, thank you so much for praying. And that's what's been going on. Have a blessed and beautiful day. It's a beautiful day here in Missouri, a beautiful, cool spring day. And I'm going to take advantage of it and get in the sun a while. So I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. This is Beth.